At this point in the course, we have three major and very recent memoirs. In week 1, we read bits and pieces from I Am Malala. That was published in 2013. Then for week 2, we read the beginning of Cheryl Strayed's Wild. That was published in 2012. And now for this week, we have a 2018 memoir, very recent, called On Becoming by Michelle Obama. This week, I want you, in addition to working on your rough drafts, to think about the similarities and differences between these three memoirs. They all have different ways of starting, but they also have certain principles that each of them shares. All right, so to just take a quick second to recap what we've talked about so far and what we've read so far. So I Am Malala starts off by describing a particular event. The speaker, Malala herself, has taken a test and walks through a conversation about that test and her feelings about that test. Then in the memoir Wild by Cheryl Strayed, she starts off the memoir by just giving us a ton of information in the first couple of paragraphs. She lets us know that she hiked the Pacific Crest Trail. She lets us know that in order to do that, she left a husband who she still loves, and she quit her job as a waitress. As we read those paragraphs of Wild, all these questions pop up about why she did that and what the driving force was behind those decisions. Now, for this week, we have On Becoming in front of us. Michelle Obama, in her memoir, will start off a little bit differently. She will just give us questions. All right, so this is how Michelle Obama's memoir starts off. It sounds a little like a bad joke, doesn't it? What happens when a solitude-loving individualist marries an outgoing family woman who does not love solitude one bit? Those are the first two sentences of her memoir. If we went past the cover page, if we went past the name of the author, we wouldn't know who's speaking. We don't have any information about the context, about the situation. So Michelle Obama just starts off by giving us questions. All right, so I really, really look forward to seeing what you guys thought about Michelle Obama's memoir, or the very beginning of it. And again, use these three memoirs as models. They all give you ideas for how you can dive into a story. They also have different ways of thinking about concrete detail or sensory detail. Whenever I mention concrete detail, I mean that, or I refer to any detail that makes the reader feel like they are there. One of the goals of the memoir is to make your readers feel like they're there at the scene, witnessing things happen. So concrete details can be based off of senses. Anything that you saw, heard, smelled, touched, tasted, any of those senses will allow your reader to feel like they are there. And then the third thing we can take away from these memoirs overall is, please, in your memoirs, really focus on letting someone inside your head. This makes you vulnerable, right? And that's a good thing for a memoir. I want to encourage each of you to let your readers know a little bit about what it's like to live in your mind. You can walk through your emotions, you can walk through your thoughts, and all of that makes the story come to life for your readers. All right, that's all I wanted to talk about in this video, and I really look forward to hearing what you guys think about Obama's memoir.